is 4.31 fast. Chris Wilcox.
Welcome into the afternoon session at the 2021 Speedo Invitational of the Universe, brought to you by Utah Swimming. Dusty Litzter and President of Utah Swimming, Paul Larson, with you.
Event 12, the girls 100-yard backstroke, heat 1 of 7.
Had the boys session earlier today. We'll have the finals tonight at 6:30. Again, you'll be able to watch every single heat right here on highschoolrewind.com. That includes Sunday with the mile.
In lane 3, Amelia Perkins, 112 Club. Lane 4, Sydney Weeks, BYU Rays. And lane 5, Lucy Kokennedy, Chat. And in lane 6, Lacey Rojas, Sandvipers.
So start first with the backstroke. Fastest seed time coming in. It was a 103.35. Sydney Weeks in lane 4.
So Sydney out in a 30-point. Correction, 29.3. She'd love to be under a minute for the first time.
And it comes in at a 101.02. That's a 2-second drop for Sydney.
So a nice way to start for BYU v Rays, Sydney Weeks.
And of course, we want to make sure you know that we know that lane 7's got a little bit of a glare, but they're trying to get the shades drawn. They're just not, technology is not our friend at the moment, but they're going to get that worked out as soon as they can. They are aware of it, so I'll do my best to keep you up to date what's going on there in lane 7, but that's why you're seeing a little bit of glare. Is that the covers, the shades are it's not motorized, not working. 7 heats of the 100-yard backstroke.
Partly cloudy with a little drizzle this morning, but the sun is out now.
No free gas this afternoon in St. George.
No.
Like every time I came down here as a kid, my grandma Coletti would always say that. They used to run a thing. If it's not sunny in St. George, get free gas.
Heat 2. In lane number 1, Paula Martinez unattached. Lane 2, Maya Patel, Jeffco Hurricanes. Lane 3, Jordan Evans, Sandvipers. Lane 4, Danielle Cannon, Hilltop. Lane 5, Lillian Hyde, Hilltop. Lane 6, Caroline Riding, BYU Rays. Lane 7, Kamika Francis, Sandvipers. And lane 8, Adeline Harding, Hilltop.
So coming into the 50, that's lane 5, Lillian Hyde from Hilltop. Followed by her teammate in lane 4, Danielle Cannon. None of these swimmers have broken a minute. They'd love to do that.
Now it's lane 5.
Coco Riding in 6 coming on strong.
Coming in, and it'll be Hyde for the reach, and Lily with a 1:00.85. So close to getting under 00.
So a 1:00 now for Hyde. Best time by a second. Coco Riding also with the best time by half a second, as well as Evans. Excuse me, that's Cannon that was in lane 4.
And what are you figuring cut line will be?
Here we have 7 heats, and we're expecting it's gonna be right around a 00 flat.
00 flat.
So if you break a minute, you probably can make it back. If you don't break a minute, yeah, there may be 1 or 2 that don't break a minute that get in, but not more than that. So we'll see what comes through from the early heats. We have 2 more heats before we get to the final 3 circle-seated heats.
Heat 3. In lane number 1, Allison Dean, Cache Valley Marlows. Lane 2, Madeline Goodman, Cedar Swim Club. Lane 3, Sydney Phillips, BYU Rays. Lane 4, Ryan Solis, Sandpipers. Lane 5, Chloe Klein, Chat. Lane 6, Emily Harvey, Fish Market. Lane 7, Bailey Donaldson, on the new Riptides. And in lane 8, Taya Reiser, BYU Rays.
And it's 5 and 6. In 5, that's Chloe Klein from Chat and Emily Harvey from Fish Market in 6. Lane 4, Riley Solis from Sandpipers, trying to take over the lead now. Turns right with lane 5. So it's Solis and Klein. Solis, the Sandpiper, against Klein, just a 13-year-old, taking a slight lead, and it's going to be the Chat swimmer. Klein with a 00.31, just misses going under. Improves her time by half a second, but just misses breaking a minute.
We'll see where it puts her when we go with the official times. Paul mentioned we got to be probably figuring out a 00 flat to get back here tonight in this event.
This next heat are all seeded with 00s. Somebody's going to break through.
Right. Just by sheer volume.
Well, when you got 8 swimmers, all with a 00 as a best time, pretty good bet that somebody's going to do it. Of course, the fastest is a 00.35. And the lane 8 time is a 00.7, so they're really bunched up there.
In lane 1, Isabella Carrasco, Roadrunner. Lane 2, Elise Edgar, Sousa. Lane 3, Ella Bevenport, Tool Nation Drivers. Lane 4, Emily Texar, Almaden Riptides. Lane 5, McKenna Krause, Hillsborough. Lane 6, Ashley Messenger, Sousa. Lane 7, Kennedy Bennett, Hilltop. And in lane 8, Ryan Lincoln, Lehigh Aquatics.
So it's on the outside, 1 and 8. That's Horse Carrasco. Roadrunner Aquatic out in a 28. Also with the 28 is Lincoln from Lehigh, the two with 28s. So somebody on the outside is going to break a minute. That's what we're thinking.
Look at lane one, still holding it strong. In lane one, Isabel Haraska. She goes for a deep reach, and it's Haraska at 58.96. Tenksar comes in at 59.82. It's a nice swim there by Isabel Haraska.
So we have our first two swimmers to go under a minute with the final three heats remaining. That's why we're thinking of the remaining 24 swimmers, they all have seat times under a minute, with the exception of one coming up in the next heat. This will be the first of the circle seated heats, so your third fastest swimmer will be in lane 4. That's Jamie Delwart from Loveland.
Heat 5. In lane 1, Kylie Odette, Bluefin. Lane 2, Kylie Dirks, London. Lane 3, Natalie Kingsbury, Hillsborough. Lane 4, Jamie Delwart, Loveland. Lane 5, Courtney Smith, Loveland. Lane 6, Kaylee Nevada, unattached. Lane 7, Kalia Merrill, South Davis. And in lane 8, Madison Woodco, Jeffco Hurricanes.
And the 50, it was Kingsbury in lane 3, and that lead is dwindling and possibly being passed here in lane 4. Jamie Delwart.
Delwart's seat time is a 56.47. So the three there that will be well under a minute.
Well, look at lane 5 coming on at the finish, but it's going to be lane 4, and Delwart, Smith behind her. Delwart at 56.93, Smith at a 57, and Kingsbury at a 58. How about lane 5 and Voitko getting under double O as well?
And the Jeffco teammates of Voitko breaking a minute for the first time, and they were excited. As well they should be.
In lane number 1, Kinsley Messenger, Sousa. Lane 2, Vicky Anderson, Jeffco Hurricanes. Lane 3, Alan DeWitt, Portland, Aquatic Club. Lane 4, Eleanor Ziegert, Boulder Swimming. Lane 5, Drew Roper, unattached. Lane 6, Emma Hermston, Loveland. Lane 7, Carter Priestman, Loveland. And in lane 8, Kathleen Page, Sousa.
So that's lane 4. Eleanor Ziegert from Boulder Swimming. She's out in the 27.
So Ziegert seat time of 56.41. How about lane 2 coming on? Finley Anderson, swimmer out of Jeffco. But it's going to be Ziegert at a 56.44, Anderson at a 57.10, and Hermson in at a 57.35.
So with one heat remaining, we've only had 11 go under a minute. So if you did break a minute, you're in for sure. It does appear that a couple of the, or several of the double O's will be in, at least 5.
Heat 7. In lane 1, David Powers, Jeffco Hurricanes. Lane 2, Adam Verbulen, Jeffco Hurricanes. Lane 3, Annie Richter, BYU Rays. Lane 4, Ellie Howe, South Davis. Lane 5, Caitlin Rompray, Sousa. Lane 6, Leah Kirkman, Las Vegas Swimming. Lane 7, Kate Hansen, unattached. And in lane 8, Sydney Inman, Boulder Swimming.
So Ellie Howe out in the 27. The nice underwater, still going half the pool underwater.
And we've seen Ellie Howe in her swimming days in the high school swimming quite a bit, the state championships.
So it's Caitlin Rompray from Sousa trying to chase down Howe.
And
it's going to be close.
she's at her cap. It's going to be on the reach. It will be Howe with a 57.03, Rompray at a 57.08, 5/100ths of a second.
So that heat much faster with 7 under a minute, which put us 18 swimmers that went under 1 minute, and the remaining 6 all with double O's.
Event 14, the 200-yard freestyle, heat 1 of 10. In lane 1, Charlotte Hewer, Boulder Swimming. Lane 2, Lavinia Manavai Tarambava, BYU Rays. Lane 3, Delaney Johns, Las Vegas Youth Club. Lane 4, Taylor Doe, Chat. Lane 5, Emily Lowell, Park City Swimming. Lane 6, Addison Nicola, Coalition Titans. Lane 7, Lydia Cunning, Almond and Riptides. And in lane 8, Sarah Olson, Cache Valley Marlins.
In the early parts here in the 200, again, 10 prelim heats here, the 200 freestyle, and right now it's lane 1, Charlotte Hewer. Battling out with lane number 5 in Emily LeBold out of Park City.
This is a bonus swim for all of these swimmers. The qualifying time in this event is a 2:01. These swimmers all have a 2:06 or slower best time, but are qualified in another event in the meet, so can swim the 200 free as a bonus event.
I know, lane 1, 5, and 6. So Hewer, LeBold, and McCullough bunched up here. As we got a down and back to go.
So Charlotte Hewer in lane 1 there from Boulder. Her coach trying to get her going. But coming on strong is lane 6.
Yeah.
That's Addison McCullough from Hewer holds on though by 5/100ths.
And a 9-second drop for Charlotte. Come in at 2:02, or seat time at 2:11.
We have 10 heats of the 200 freestyle. It's going to take under a 158, 157.6 or so to get back to finals.
In lane number 1, Libby Hines, Loveland. Lane 2, Addison Bassett, BYU Rays. Lane 3, Allie Linden, Boulder Swimming. Lane 4, Maitland Howell, South Davis. Lane 5, Isabella Robinson, Hilltop. Lane 6, Lily Cole, Fish Market. Lane 7, Emily Coleman, Jeffco Hurricanes. And in lane 8, Olivia Anderson, Las Vegas Youth Club.
So the 13-year-old Maylin Howe in lane 4 out to the early lead. She splits under a 27, the only one for the first 50. Out in lane 1, that's Libby Himes from Loveland. Howe with a seat time of 2:03, but out in a 57.
And still in lane 4. Malin Howe. Got a reputation to live up to. Malin Howe.
Yes.
Her sister, we just saw some not that long ago. Ellie been outstanding. Malin on her final 50.
She's going to be close to a 00. Right now on a pace for a 2:01. Making chase now is lane 3. That's Ali Inman from Boulder Swimming. And lane 7, Emily Coleman from Jeffco. But it's Howe with a 2:01.88.
I know she didn't get below 00, but I loved how she punched the wall to finish that.
She did. Lily Cole coming in strong at the end with a 2:03.29, a 2:03.09 for Fish Market. But Inman had the fastest split in that final 50, splitting a 30 for the Boulder swimmer.
In lane 1, Marissa Kelly Ricio, Dart Swimming. Lane 2, Kirsten Munoz, Roadrunner. Lane 3, Kylie Hansen, BYU Rays. Lane 4, Gabriela Sadowski, Sandpipers. Lane 5, Taylor Bennett, Hilltop. Lane 6, Mackenzie Brennan, Hillsboro. Lane 7, Daphne Alpay, Portland Aquatic Club. And in lane 8, Sasha Atencio, Hillsboro.
Fastest seat time here is Gabriela Sadowski. She was a 2:18 long course. We're going to put down her top time in the short course today.
So again, this heat's seated mostly with 2:01s and 2:02s. But Sadowski out in a 57. She's going to have a very strong third 50 to have a chance to break 2 minutes.
So lane 4, Gabriela. Got 50 to go.
128.89. She has a chance. It's going to be close. She's on pace for a 2:00. She's being chased by Bennett from Hilltop.
And Taylor Bennett, the 14-year-old, trying to track down the 60-year-old Sadowski. But also look at lane 2 coming on strong too. Kirsten Munoz, the Roadrunners. It'll be Sadowski coming in, but for the second place, it'll be Bennett just out touching Munoz. Both of them double O's. But Sadowski goes to 159. It doesn't matter what heat it's in. It's fun when it comes down.
Yes.
You get something like that close.
Well,
So Bennett just out-touched Munoz by 2/100ths of a second.
Yes.
Or 2/10, pardon me.
And a nice swim by Sadowski to break 2 minutes for the first time. This next heat also with 2:01 seed times. We'll see what they can bring.
Heat 4. In lane 1, Ashley Scott, Sandpipers. Lane 2, Geneva Champlin, Hillsborough. Lane 3, Ella Evans, Loveland. Lane 4, Natalie Byrne, Gar Swimming. Lane 5, Zoe Zachariou, Sandpipers. Lane 6, Lila Lawson, OTAC. Lane 7, Samara Mosley, Roadrunner. And in lane 8, Paula Martinez, unattached. Official times for event 12, the 100-yard backstroke. Our alternates, Riley Solis and Lillian Hyde. In the C final, Carter Priestley, Kylie Bodette, Cody Klein, Ella Bettencourt, Drew Roper, Nayra Powers, Emily Texar, Madison Boyko. In the B final, Addie Richter, Val DeWitt, Isabel Bronska, Sydney Hickman, Kaylee Novella, Anna Vermeulen, Kate Hansen, and Leah Kirkman. In the A final, Natalie Kingsburg, Courtney Smith, Emma Hermston, Lily Anderson, Caitlin Ombre, Ellie Howe, Jamie Gowart, and our fastest qualifier, Eleanor Designer. Ladies, it is 1:02. You have 30 minutes to declare your intent to scratch. It is 1:02. You have 30 minutes to declare your intent to scratch.
And now the 50 to go. And lane 1 and lane 7. Ashley Scott and Samara Mosley. Scott in lane 1, Mosley in lane 7.
Ashley Scott, the 16-year-old sandpiper, and Mosley, the 14-year-old from Roadrunner Aquatic of Central California. Mosley making a charge.
There comes Mosley trying to get there. She might actually get there. And she...
It is Mosley.
A 1:59.23. Scott with a 1:59.38.
Heat 5. In lane 1, Audrey Bradley. Chat. Lane 2, Reagan Holmes, Bluefin. Lane 3, Isabel Rosca, Roadrunner. Lane 4, Kaylee Coates, Cache Valley Marlins. Lane 5, Tyler Reiser, BYU Rays. Lane 6, Emerson Brewer, Hilltop. Lane 7, Victoria Kurtz, Hillsborough. And in lane 8, Bianca Ignacio, start swimming.
And at the 50, it's very close. The slight lead is Huruska. Roadrunner Aquatics. So lane 3 remains your leader. Pulling to about a body length lead now. Out in a 55. She's trying to improve on her seed time of 1:59.6.
And Rosca with the 50 to go. Best time of 1:59.
Coach Etherington from Chad trying to get his swimmer in lane 1 to break 2 minutes for the first time. That's Audrey Bradley.
Well,
pulling into the lead is lane 2. Yeah. That's Reagan Holmes from Bluefin.
Reagan Holmes trying to break double O. And Holmes will come in at a 1:57.55. Rosca at a 1:58.60. A nice job by Holmes in that final 50.
Yeah. Holmes in a 30 flat in the final 50. So lanes 1 and 2 had never broken 2 minutes in the past, but went 1:57 and 1:58 respectively. So great swims for them. And the 1:58.60 from Huruska is the best time also.
In lane 1, Michelle Murphy, Tool Nation Titans. Lane 2, Savannah Atok, BYU Rays. Lane 3, Alyssa Ganchi, Jeffco Hurricanes. And lane 4, Paige Boyer, Roadrunner. Lane 5, Julia Romanowski, Boulder Swimming. Lane 6, Michaela Hansen, Sousa. Lane 7, Brooklyn Richter, Fish Market. And in lane 8, Audrey Bull, Reading Swim Team.
And we're straight across the pool. Lanes 1 through 5. And then lane 7.
These girls all seated with a 1:58 or a 1:59 in the 2 outside lanes, but their seed times were very close. And at the 100, it's still anyone's race.
Even lane 8, Audrey Bull, the 16-year-old out of Reading.
So Boyer had a 56, the rest had 57s. Lane 6 lagging behind a little bit. Lane 8 appears to be in the lead now.
Now Bull in lane 8. Lane 5 is Julia Urbanowski.
So it's Bull followed by Urbanowski.
And then look at lane 1, picking up that stroke rate up top. Michelle Murphy.
So Bull from Reading, Urbanowski from Boulder.
And look in lane 8, Audrey Bull.
It will be Bull. Oh, 156.13, a 3-second drop.
Quite the charge from Bull there. Had to get one in.
Yeah. But thrilled to see the Reading swimmers doing well. They've been able to train, but just haven't had a chance for competition.
That's what we're so glad about these meets. You know, Dixie State, this aquatic center, has been and is continually booked. I mean, last time you and I spoke about it was all the way through Memorial Day, every weekend.
Yes.
I'm just glad you get swimmers that hadn't been able to get there. In Utah, we've had a lot of athletes move in from out of state, states that couldn't or wouldn't have sports this year. They've been coming to Utah and playing and a lot of excelling. I can tell you a basketball player that won state championship that moved in from California to won the state championship at Lehigh High School, and amongst others that came and played and helped their recruiting to keep their timelines on and whatever sport they're competing in. And just glad that these swimmers are able to come here and be able to get times in and not just have to train, but actually get times in and compete.
So it's exciting to have the variety that we have here and that we're continuing to be able to compete, yet in a safe way.
In lane 1, Aaron Goodwin, unattached. Lane 2, Megan Knopfler, Columbus Scoop Club. Lane 3, Alexander Olstrom, Roadrunner. Lane 4, Kavika Francis, Sandpipers. Lane 5, Emma Van Clark, all in Riptides. Lane 6, Annie Robinson, O-Town. Lane 7, Alyssa Cotter, Fish Market. Lane 8, Sloan Zallen, Loveland.
So out in lane 2, that's Megan Dorrell from Loveland.
So lane 2, 5, 6, and 8. And look out for the move in lane 3, Alexander Olstrom. Trying to see if she can gain some ground here.
Dorrell's seed time is a 1:58, but she was out in a 55. She's going to improve on the 1:58 today. Coming on strong also is a Loveland swimmer from in lane 8. Sloan Zallen.
Of course, Sloan's got a little, we talked about Ellie Howe. Sloan's sister Zara has outstanding as well.
But Sloan split a 30. Coming on strong was Ostrom in lane 3, who split a 29 on their third 50. When you have a strong third 50, that bodes well for a great 200 time, and I think it's lane 3 who may take it.
Lane 3, lane 8. But right now it's going to be lane 3, and that is Alexander Ostrom coming in at a 1:54.94, Zallen at a 1:55.73, and Dodro at a 1:57.60.
When you see such a strong third 50 split, that means they're ready to come back on that last 52 for a great swim.
Nice swim there from Alexander Ostrom. going to remind you, if you're watching the stream, you're trying to figure out how to get it to full screen on your computer, just take the cursor, put it over the top of the actual player. You'll see the title, everything come up, click on the title, and it'll take you into our YouTube page where you can go full screen. Or you can just go to YouTube, put in High School Rewind, go to our channel. You can pick it up there and put it on in full screen. In fact, every session will be stored there as well.
This is the first of our 3 circle-seated heats. So the third fastest seat time is in lane 4 of heat 8.
Lane 1, Gracie Crandall, BYU Raiders. Lane 2, Kathleen Richter, Fish Market. Lane 3, Hannah Sessaverovich, Chat. Lane 4, Madeline Burton, Bluefin Aquatics. Lane 5, Jamie Dillard, Loveland. Lane 6, Sophia Brahe, guard student. Lane 7, Tegan Rudy, Jeffco Hurricanes. And lane 8, Savannah Thompson, Cache Valley Marlins.
So after the first 50, it's Herbert from Bluefin in lane 4. Jamie Delwart from Loveland just at her shoulder. And lane 6 hanging in there too. Sophia Bra? Is it Bra?
Brahe.
Brahe.
Brahe or Brahe. I'll try to confirm that with a couple of teammates. I haven't been able to speak to her, but I was thinking of like Reno Mahe, who was a receiver and spelled the exact same way.
So with the 50 left.
And just easily be Bray. So we'll go all 3. Brahe, Brahe, or Bray.
But 4, 5, and 6. 4 with a slight lead. That's Madeline Herbert of Bluefin.
And it'll be Herbert in lane 4, 152.93. Brahe in a 153.25, and then Delwar with a 153.38.
So a close race there in the first of our circle-seated heats. All of these swimmers now well under 2 minutes.
Heat 9.
Think we had a swimmer issue, or are we having a timing issue?
I'm not sure.
We thought maybe we had a
We've
lane
got it
mix-up.
sorted out.
In lane 1, Ella Betancourt, Toolnation Triangles. Lane 2, Paula Castillo, unattached sole swim team. Lane 3, Samantha Mosier, Boulder. Lane 4, Addison Iyer, BYU Rays. Lane 5, Eva Rubin, Loveland. Lane 6, Courtney Smith, Loveland. Lane 8, Audrey Weller, BYU Rays. And lane 8, Isabella Cordova, Lupin.
I'll be the scratch in lane 5. I didn't see one missing before we went to the second whistle. So no Rutvin.
Ruthven is seated first in the 400 IM coming up, and that's similar to what Lewis and Eccleston did in the boys session. She's focusing on that.
She needs to do what's best for her instead of what's more fun for us to watch. Had to keep the moving along of the Ruthvens and the Ecclestons just dominating each heat they're in.
So in this heat 9, still very close between 4 and 6. In lane 4, that's Anna Iyer. And 6 is Courtney Smith from Loveland.
And it's Iyer in lane 4. And then he comes in with a 153.67, the future Columbia swimmer, and Smith in at a 154.92, and Mosier at a 155.81. Fun to watch Iyer swim. It's just so effortless. We talked about that in the senior state.
She has a very smooth, efficient stroke.
It's like she doesn't want to hurt the water. She's like she almost kind of grabs it.
A very efficient stroke.
And it's like she just touches the top and kind of just peels it back a little bit.
Yes.
As we go to the final heat. Heat 10 of 10.
Heat 10. In lane 1, Sarah Wilson, Hilltop. Lane 2, Caitlin Andrews, Hilltop. Lane 3, Sydney Gibson, Boulder Swimming. Lane 4, Elizabeth Meyer, Jack. Lane 5, Sarah Zalin, Loveland. Lane 6, Layla Flores, Toolnation Triangles. Lane 7, Melanie Kaiser, BYU Rays. And lane 8, Cheyenne Cordova, Jeffco Hurricanes.
So Zara Zalin going out quick. Elizabeth Meyer seated first. But Zara Zalin from Loveland. Zalin's seat time of 152, but she's out in a 53.3. So would appear she plans on improving upon that seat time here in the I was going to say morning prelims. We're in the afternoon now. This is the hardest session when you're having to do the prelims yet in the early afternoon and then come back in for finals. It's kind of the quickest turnaround.
Well, and why we had to alternate a little bit.
We did. So the boys had to deal with this yesterday. The girls are dealing with it today. I expect the boys will have, you get that extra 3 hours of rest between sessions. The girls had the advantage of getting the rest this morning, not having to get up early for a 7 a.m. warm-up. But here comes Zara Zallen. Will she break 150? Not quite, but a 150.78. So a best time for her. Meyer with a very respectable 152.83. So now we'll move to the 400-yard individual medley. We are actually just a couple of minutes ahead of our timeline. So the 400 individual medley scheduled to start at 1:30.
Event 16, the 400-yard individual medley, heat 1 of 5. In lane 3, Addison Holmes, movement. Lane 4, Alyssa Cook, Jeffco. Lane 5, Corinne Roberts, Loveland.
Swimmers all seated around a 450. It was Alyssa Cook with a 450, and then Holmes and Roberts both at a 451. So now to the backstroke. And it's Holmes. With the lead there in lane 3. And these are bonus swims, right?
Actually, no bonus for the 400 IM or the 500 free. So the qual time is a 4:51.89. Holmes' best time is a 4:51.88.
We'll have 5 heats of the 400 IM, and then we'll go to the medley relay.
We have the 100 fly in between.
Oh, what am I doing? 100 fly?
Don't want to forget about that.
And then the relay.
And that is correct.
Just getting ahead of myself. I know it's day 2 here, but in some parts of the state, it's Zach Wilson Day, so you get a little caught up on it.
There is a great deal going on here in Washington County, in the St. George surrounding.
Man. Every sport's converging this weekend, including Dixie State football playing a home game tomorrow.
Dixie State football, just directly south of us. When the blinds are open, you can see the stadium here from the pool.
Man, that's the thing, that Dixie State's changed so much. It was Dixie College, then Dixie State, and then you go through all the iterations, and then you go from being a JC powerhouse. I mean, you have former NFL players that played here, former NBA players that played here. Dave Rose was the head coach at Dixie State when I was in high school, junior high school. Was a national championship coach here, JC ranks, amongst others. But you got Corey Dillon, who's a multiple Super Bowl winner, running back, was a running back at Dixie. Coach Croshaw built such a great program. And now you watch the iterations, and you have this amazing facility. The football stadium's been renovated. They're on the Western Athletic Conference.
Yes.
I mean, you talk about going from the SWAC.
And with the women's swim team now competing well in the Western Athletic Conference, they're in the middle of the pack there, but just getting going with this new facility.
And the facility will certainly help.
So as they switch to freestyle, they're going to improve on their 450 times is what they're trying to do. There's also a big high school track meet going on today and tomorrow. Part of the Adidas Championship Series.
So things have moved forward here. Alyssa Cook. See if she can get that below the 450 here. And then trying to pick it up in lane 3 is Addison Holmes. And it is going to be lane 4, Alyssa Cook at a 4:46. Holmes also goes 4:48. So nice drop there for Alyssa. I hope you're enjoying the coverage this weekend of the 2021 Swimvitational.
In lane number 2, Taylor Jacobson, Jeffco Hurricanes. Lane 3, Reagan Holmes, Bluefin. Lane 4, Ella Evans, Loveland. Lane 5, Zoe Zachariou, Sandpiper. Lane 6, Velvet Christensen, Las Vegas, Swim Club. Lane 7, Kalia Merrill, South Davis. Official times for the 14 to 2-yard freestyle are alternates. Paige Boyer and Isabel Marasca. In the C final, Sarah Wilson, Isabella Cordova, Kathleen Richter, Gracie Crandall, Megan Dondrell, Reagan Holmes, Savannah Thompson, and Caitlin Andrus. In the B final, Julia Berganowski, Tegan Rooney, Andre Bowl, Sydney Inman, Paula Castillo, Samantha Mosier, Anna Sesaverdovich, and Joan Zalin. In the A final, Alexandra Ostrom, Courtney Smith, Aniston Iyer, Jamie Delwater, Sophia Brahe, Madeline Heber, Elizabeth Meyer, and her fastest qualifier, Zara
Lane 6, Belva Christensen in the lead in the backstroke.
Christensen's seed time is a 4:49. Here at the halfway point, she's going to come in at about a 2:11.
Out of the breaststroke. So Belva Christensen of Las Vegas. And best time of 4:49.53.
So Christensen out in front, but the rest of the heat is pretty close together. Lane 3 coming on strong in the breaststroke. That's Reagan Holmes from Bluefin.
Yeah. So Christensen in the breaststroke.
Holmes just swam the 200 freestyle, made the C final. The event order has been a challenge for a few. The toughest back-to-back appears to be this 200 free, 400 IM combo. So at the end of the breaststroke, Christensen's still in the lead, but
I'm glad to hear that there's a swimmer that's doing a good job. So that's a positive, not a go. Is Belva continuing to finish strong here. Getting her best time of 4:49.53.
She's on track for a 4:44 or better.
We look coming on the finish here for Belva Christensen as she comes in at a 4:43.90. So when Paul gives you a time, I mean, you're within tenths. Within tenths.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So Christensen comes in at 4:43, and also, so a nice drop for her. As we get ready for Heat 3.
Heat 3. In lane 1, Grace Humber, unattacked. In lane 2, Alyssa Jansky, Jeffco Hurricanes. In lane 3, Sienna Savarda, Sandpipers. Lane 4, Jordan Evans, Sandpipers. Lane 5, Caroline Rouse, Roadrunner. Lane 6, Annie Richter, BYU Rays. Lane 7, Ashley Scott, Sandpipers. And in lane 8, Bianca Ignacio, Gar Swimming. The swimmers and coaches, event 12, the 100-yard backstroke is now closed. There have been some scratches in the top 24 positions. If you or your athlete may have been scratched into an evening swim tonight, please check with the clerk of course before leaving the venue. Again, there have been some scratches in the top 24 positions. If you or your athlete have now been scratched into the finals tonight, please go see the clerk of course before you leave the venue. Thanks.
So at the end of the butterfly, it's Savarda from Sandpipers in lane 3, leading this heat 3. With the longer event, the 400 IM, the same as the 500 free, only the last 2 heats will be circle seated.
But right now in lane 3, Sienna Savarda. Stop me if we said this before, a 14-year-old swimmer out of Sandpipers. Now granted, they are one of the largest swim clubs in the country, but they got a deep 14-year-old roster. It doesn't matter what level or which team it is, because the boys and the girls, strong 14-year-old swimmers.
They do.
And it might be that it's a lot more fun to be in the water in Las Vegas in this summer than anywhere else.
That could be, but Sandpipers has a great team and has been quite successful in developing young swimmers. And there will be several Sandpipers competing at the Olympic trials, and it will be a treat to watch that.
Absolutely.
I, for one, am excited that I have my Olympic trials tickets and look very forward to going.
And of course, that's headlined with Bella Sims, and it'll be fun. I remember
Katie
I talked to her in
Grimes.
December, and I was like, hey, you know, Bella, I just want to be able to say, I saw you win. We talked.
Yeah.
You know? It would be fun. You got Katie Grimes as well, and it's just so exciting to watch a team like this. And if there are any positives over the last year, it's been that, you know, Sandpipers having to find somewhere they could swim. Also, to start one more time in Utah, and certainly it's been fun to watch these swimmers since October.
And they have continued to get faster.
Yeah.
We hope that they're peaking just right for the Olympic trials come June.
And so right now it's 2 Sandpiper swimmers in the middle of the pool, and Savarda and Evans.
Lane 1 in 3rd right now. That's Humbert from Fish Market. Grace Humbert.
So it continues to be Sienna Savarda, her best time, a 4:43.28. Jordan Evans, a 4:42.54. And that will be Savarda coming in at a 4:41.17. So drop on a second there. And then Evans with a 4:45.
It looks like it's going to take about a 450 to make it into the finals.
So 2 more heats to go, the 400 IM, and then we're going to have the 100 butterfly, and then a 15-minute break, and then on to the medley relay. As we're in the girls' session here at the 2021 Swimvitational, brought to you by Utah Swimming, Dusty Litster, and President of Utah Swimming, Paul Larson. We'll be with you every session and every heat. Sunday will be a little different. We're doing all the miles on Sunday. So we'll be taking care of those on Sunday. Some of us will be heading back north. Some of us will be staying, getting those done. We're excited to bring this to you.
In lane number 1, Tegan Rooney, Jeff Cope. Lane 2, Elizabeth Boyer, UAB Rays. Lane 3, Carter Friesen, Loveland. Lane 4, Emily Lundgren, unattached for Soul Swim Team. Lane 5, Fallon DeWitt, Portland Aquatic Club. Lane 6, Kylie Odette Lubin. And lane 7, Emily Anderson, Jeff Cope. And in lane 8, Audrey Butler, BYUB Rays.
So it's Emily Lundgren, followed by Ellie Boyer. Ellie Boyer, known for her butterfly. Ellie's got a quick turnaround. She's got the 400 IM here, and then coming up the 100 butterfly. So it goes Lundgren, followed by Carter Friesen from Loveland Swim Club, and then Ellie Boyer as they start the backstroke. Coming on strong now, though, is DeWitt, Fallon DeWitt from Portland in lane 5.
Lane 3, lane 4, and then DeWitt coming on to lane 5. In lane 3 with Carter Friesen. We've seen her swim very well. Carter Friesen.
Carter Friesen taking over the backstroke. DeWitt making a charge too, though.
And almost like she kind of shook her head there. I don't know if she had an issue with her cap coming up. Was that kind of happen in that transition?
Friesen from lane 3 now has the body length lead going into the breaststroke.
You look now in lane 3 with Carter Friesen, a best time of 4:31.36. But making a charge here in the breaststroke is Emily Lundgren. And we've seen Lundgren last night, took home a couple of first place finishes. The swimmer out of the Soul Swim Team national team. You know, one of these swimmers, we're glad to be able to get her in the pool and let her go compete.
Lundgren now catching up on the breaststroke.
And she's inched ever so closer as they bring this home to go transition to the freestyle.
It's going to be, they're going to be even coming into the wall, it would appear. Friesen with a slight lead, head by half a second going into the freestyle. The Loveland coaches, they're cheering hard.
So Lundgren and Friesen, we're going to race here in the final 100. And it is Friesen holding on to a bit of a lead, about a half body length. Now just a little bit more as we go into the final 50. These two swimmers are on their way back, no doubt, tonight's final. When they put down good enough times, they'll be 4 and 5 or 3 and 4, be next to each other.
Friesen now opening up a body length lead.
So Friesen obviously want to finish strong here, and is going to do that as Friesen comes in with a 4:25.00 and Lundgren a 4:27.57.
That's a 6-second drop for Friesen.
That's that getting pushed part, right? Lundgren got right on her hip, and then Friesen had just a little bit more in the tank.
Yeah. So Lundgren, you would expect, may have been an experienced swimmer, 17-year-old, may have been holding back a little bit, waiting for tonight, knowing that she gets to do this again in about 5 hours.
Well, so our next question is what do you have left for the final tonight? Where do you you see a 6-second drop tonight? Expect a
you expect to be able to go that again, but you're not going to see a subsequent 6-second drop.
Right. Yeah, she's not dropping 12 seconds. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
That would be
2 seconds, 3 seconds. Where's your mind go when you try to figure out what's left in there?
Yep. So just one heat left of the 400 individual medley.
Heat 5. In lane 1, Ellie Decker. Bismarck at lane 2, Lauren McLean, Jeffco. Lane 3, Anna Vermeulen, Jeffco. Lane 4, Mila Rupert. Lovewood, lane 5, Leah Kirkman, Las Vegas Swim Club. Lane 6, Megan Powers, Jeffco Hurricanes. In lane 7, Brooklyn Stewart, Las Vegas Swim Club. And in lane 8, Odessa Tower, Bismarck.
It's Mila Ruthven coming in with a 4:21.66, the fastest seat time. She did not swim the 200. Obviously want to focus on the IM, as Paul had shared earlier.
So into the backstroke. Ruthven out ahead, but close race for second. 2, 3, 5, and 7 all turning at the same time on the first backstroke turn.
Ruthven.
And now lane 6, that's Merid Powers from Jeffco joining the backstrokers as well. 2 and 3 have gone out a little bit ahead. The Jeffco teammates of Lauren McLean and Anna Vermeulen. So going into the breaststroke, it's Ruthven out in a 2:05. Her seed time is a 4:21. Achieving that 4:21 dependent on a fast breaststroke.
And tightened up here in the breaststroke, lanes 3, 4, or probably 2, 3, and 4. As putting charges in is Laura McLean, Anna Vermeulen here on Ruthven.
A great turn there by lane 3. That's Anna Vermeulen. Watch this third breaststroke turn. She's going to try and get something out of it.
Her best time, Vermeulen, a 4:30.08.
And Vermeulen comes up right even.
She did. How about that wall?
On the turn. She does have turns. And the turns for McLean, not bad either. McLean and Vermeulen. So the three of them now all touch within a few tenths of one another.
If McLean can hold, I mean, you think about the drop for McLean, her best time, her seat time was a 4:34.76.
Yeah. And she's on track to do 4:30 or better.
Of course, that's the best time for Vermeulen coming in her seat time. As Ruthven
so
obviously want to set herself up
was
for
on
tonight.
a roll with the breaststroke and is coming on strong. Now splits a 30.8 for the first 50 of the freestyle. If she can come back in a 30, she'll be at 4:30.
I think that Vermeulen's trying to save a little bit for tonight. She's obviously going to be in the A final. I'm not saying that she just pulled back, but you look at what Vermeulen able to put on, and she started feeling good in that third leg of the breaststroke.
So
she's going to come in at a 4:27. That's a 3-second drop for Vermeulen. McLean, a 5-second drop at a 4:29, and Ruthven at a 4:31.
So a strong freestyle there by Vermeulen. And on to the 100-yard butterfly. After a 400 IM, yes, you kind of want to be there for a bit. You're not excited to hear the starter say, okay, clear the pool.
So now we'll get ready for the 100-yard butterfly.
Event 18, the 100-yard butterfly. Heat 1 of 8. In lane 3, Amanda Q, all at different times. In lane 4, St. Hugh, South Davis. And in lane 5, Bell Sleeper, Jeffco Hurricanes.
So these first two heats are all bonus swims. The qual time for the 100-yard butterfly for women is a 101.89. So the first two heats are swimmers that had a qual time in another event and are choosing to swim the 100 fly as a bonus event.
And it is Sleeper, the 102.71. It's a 5-second drop. And a 3-second drop for, well, actually around the time there was Sadie Duke, and then 3-second drop for Keith. We were a couple minutes ahead. Now we're just about a minute behind.
Yep.
Heat 2. In lane 1, Lavinia Budamai Trongbaba, DOUB Rays. In lane 2, McKenna Adams starts swimming. Lane 3, Haley Rigby, Cache Valley Marlins. Lane 4, Grace Wilson, Hilltop. In lane 5, Zoe Tashian, Fish Market. In lane 6, Kira Etheridge, Hillsborough. And in lane 7, Allie Schwartz, Cache Valley Marlins.
So after the first 50 of Butterfly, it's lane 4. That's Grace Wilson of Hilltop, a 14-year-old. Next to her in lane 5 is Zoe Tashian from Fish Market, a 12-year-old. So Tashian trying to catch Grace Wilson.
Yeah, nice swim by Tashton. She nearly got to double O.
0071. Best time for both swimmers.
Oh, Wilson hits a double O. Always like seeing those youngsters come up to the, get in there with older people, the older kids, and do it in Tashton. There with the 12-year-old with the 101.
So anticipating it, you're going to have to break a minute to make it back to finals. Probably a little faster than that, 59.6 or so.
And if it weren't for Tim Kirkjian, I wouldn't be nearly as confident. And knowing it might be Tashjian. And of course, Tim Kirkjian, one of the legendary baseball writers and historians. So hopefully we're right. And Zoe's family's good. That Tashjian is the guess of how to pronounce the name.
Heat 3. In lane 1, Savannah Thompson, Cache Valley Marlins. Lane 2, Maya Taylor, Hilltop. Lane 3, Sienna Samara, Sandpipers. Lane 4, Danielle Cannon, Hilltop. Lane 5, Ada Hansen, BYU Rays. Lane 6, Kathleen Ricker, Fish Market. Lane 7, Madison Moitko, Jeffco Hurricanes. And in lane 8, Natalie Fern, Dart Swimming. Official times for event 16, the 400-yard individual medley. Our alternates, Reagan Holmes and Caroline Rouse. In the C final, Ella Evans, Addison Holmes, Odessa Talbot, Audrey Weller, Grace Humber, Taylor Jacobson, Allison Cook, and Jordan Evans. In the B final, Elizabeth Boyer, Bella Christensen, Ellie Decker, Sienna Savarna, Finley Anderson, Leah Kirkman, Tegan Rui, and Brooklyn Stewart. In the A final, Kylie Boudet, Fallon DeWitt, Mary Powers, Miller Roofman, Lauren McLean, Emily Lundgren, Anna Vermeulen, and our fastest qualifier, Carter Friesen. Ladies, it is 2:06. You have 30 minutes to declare your intent to scratch.
And that was Richter from Fish Market, who breaks a minute for the first time with a 59.97 in lane 6. So congratulations to Kathleen Richter. Turner Freeze can close.
In lane 1, Lacey Rojas, Sandpipers. Lane 2, Megan Dondrell, One Woodson Club. Lane 3, Taylor Jacobson, Jeffco. Lane 4, Kate Hansen, unattached. Lane 5, Riley Solis, Sandpipers. Lane 6, Annie Iron, BYU Rays. Lane 7, Cheyenne Cordova, Jeffco Hurricanes. And in lane 8, Hannah Sesseberg, Chat.
So at the 50, it's Kate Hansen out in a 28.0. She hasn't ever broken a minute before, but she's completing her freshman year at BYU, swimming there. So it's close between 5. That's Riley Solis from Sandpipers. Solis have taken the lead now. She hasn't broken a minute. None of these swimmers have, but today there's several where at least Solis and Hansen both under.
So a nice swim there by Solis, comes in at a 58.87. Hansen at a 59.68, breaking 00. Gonna help her out tonight. See if she can drop another second or so. Both Solis and Hansen.
Yeah, the 58.89, I'm quite certain will hold to make finals. Believe it's going to be a 59.6 or so. So Hansen's time, we'll have to see if it makes it in. We still have one more heat before the 3 circle seeded heats.
Heat 5. In lane 1, Annalise Hedges, Jeffco. Lane 2, Odessa Talbot, Fish Market. Lane 3, Novea Kamaru, Fish Market. Lane 4, Madeline Hebert, Bluefin. In lane 5, Bianca Ignacio, Dart. In lane 6, Samara Mosley, Roadrunner. Lane 7, Haley Donaldson, Almond and Riptide. 10 and lane 8, Sage Patterson, South Davis.
So at the 50, it's Herbert out in a 27.76. These swimmers all with 59s and a few double O's.
And when lane 1, Hedges, Annalise Hedges comes in at a 58.54. Hebert at a 59.97. And I'll apologize if Hebert goes by A Bear. We'll have to find that one out. 58.54. If you know Seinfeld is the way I know Seinfeld. Bobby A Bear was a quarterback with the Saints, and George Costanza goes on that whole thing. Hebert A Bear.
So we're not sure.
Swimmers and coaches only know that event 14, the 200 freestyle is now closed. There have been no scratches in the top 24 positions. Lane 1, Gracie Crandall, BYU Rays. Lane 2, Andre Cole, Reading Swim Team. Lane 3, Emily Lundgren, Unattached Soul Swim Team. Lane 4, Emma Hermston, Loveland. Lane 5, Layla Flores, Tool Nation Dragons. Lane 6, Elizabeth Boyer, BYU Rays. Lane 7, Natalie Kingsbury, Middleborough. And in lane 8, Melvin Christensen, Las Vegas Swim Club.
Layla Flores, probably Hermiston with a 56.28 fastest sea time. Layla Flores at 56.94. And they're certainly pushing each other in the middle of the pool here. And lane 3, and it's going to be Lundgren. He's had a great weekend. Kind of alternate swing there, and Lundgren just out touching Hermiston. 56.70. Hermiston comes at a 56.80. My favorite part of the butterfly is you get that alternate swing there.
Yes. 1-8. And
but Emily Lundgren continuing her strong weekend. Or strong week. She didn't call it weekend till later tonight.
Two heats remaining, and we have 9 swimmers that have gone under a minute. Currently have a tie, same time at 59.97 for that 9th time. That could come into play here. That's Madeline Herbert and Kathleen Richter that have the same time right now of a 59.97. That's going to be close to 24th place is what we're expecting. Of course, maybe not. We only had 4 people from that heat that went under a minute. We'll have to see what the next 2 are like.
In lane 1, Alyssa Cotter, Fish Market. Lane 2, Paula Castillo, Unattached Soul Swim Team. Lane 3, Julia Romanowski, Boulder Swimming, Gold. Lane 4, Sarah Sala, Loveland. Lane 5, Kylie Rivers, Loveland. Lane 6, Eleanor Zeiger, Boulder. Lane 7, LaKevin Baronet, Dart. And lane 8, Lauren McLean, Checo Hurricanes.
So is Zara Zallen out in a 26. Urbanowski from Boulder also out in a 26.
And it is Urbanowski with a 56.94, Zalin at a 57.21.
So the 56.70 and 56.80 from the previous heat just ahead of Urbanowski.
But dropping from a 57.30 there for Urbanowski as we head to the final heat.
So we now have had 12.
Heat 8.
Make that.
In lane 1, Caroline Rouse, Roadrunner. Lane 2, Caitlin Tanning, BYU Rays. Lane 3, Samantha Boulder. Lane 4, Emily Timsar, Allen Riptides. Lane 5, Ellie Howell, South Davis. Lane 6, Sophia Brade. Lawrence Hogan, lane 7, Paige Boyer, Roadrunner. And lane 8, Emily Harvey, Fishmarket.
So we've had 14 under a minute. In this one, it's Tenzar from Riptides leading. Her best time is a 55.76.
And it is Tensar coming into 55.70. Then Howell at a 57.82 and Moser at a 58.00.
On a 15-minute break. Back at 2:35. Superzone manager. In lane 1, Road Runner Aquatics, Isabella Carrasco, Kristen Munoz, Paige Boyer, and Samara Mosley. In lane 3, Jeffco Hurricanes, Maya Patel, Emily Coleman, Diana Cordova, and Alyssa Ganchi. In lane 5, Hillsborough, with Jacqueline Rivera, Geneva Champlin, Sasha Atencio, and Victoria Kurtz. Official times for event 18, the 100-yard butterfly. Second alternate, Emily Harvey, and first alternate, Bailey Donaldson. In the ski final, Paula Castillo, Megan Control, Lauren McLean, Madeline Abear, Kathleen Richter, Caroline Rouse, Kate Hansen, and Caitlin Tang. In the B final, Gracie Crandall, Audrey Bull, Paige Boyer, Kylie Dirks, Riley Solis, Sophia Brade, Loketa Baranek, and Eleanor Zeiger. In the A final, Annalise Hedges, Samantha Mosier, Ellie Howe, Zara Zalman, Julia Urbanowski, Emma Hermston, Emily Lundgren, and her basketball player, Emily Tensar. Ladies, it is 2:38 and 30 minutes to declare your intent to scratch.
So into the breaststroke. So in lane 1 with Kristen Munoz also being pressured there in lane 3 by Emily Coleman. And we're neck and neck.
Now in the water, it's Paige Boyer for Roadrunner Aquatics in lane 1 and Cheyenne Cordova for Jeffco in lane 3.
And Paige Boyer, a 12-year-old, does not swim like a 12-year-old. Let's make that turn for a final 50. Can she hold the pace? Roadrunners come in with a seat time of 4:24.53. That's in a long course. And the Paige Boyer gonna go on to Samara Mosley. And Samara going after it as well. 14-year-old Alyssa Ganchi in for the Hurricanes.
And Victoria Kurtz now in the water for Hillsborough in lane 5.
And Samara Mosley digging in still. She'll turn and come back. So I mentioned their seat time is a 4:24.53. We'll be well ahead of that here. As that will be a 4:02.69.
Ladies and coaches, event 16, the 400 IAM is now closed. There has been one scratch in the top 24 positions. If you or your athlete may have been scratched into this evening's swim, please see the clerk of course before leaving the venue. If there's one scratch in the top 24 in the 400 IM, please go see the clerk of course before you leave if you believe you're scratched into the swim tonight. Heat 2. In lane 1, Hillsborough swim team with McKenna Kraus, Kira Etheridge, Natalie Kingsbury, and Cindy McDonald. In lane 3, Las Vegas swim team, Leah Kirkman, Delaney Johns, Bella Christensen, and Olivia Atkinson. In lane 5, Hilltop Aquatic team with Kennedy Bennett, Eden Anderson, Danielle Cannon, and Sarah Wilson. In lane 7, Cash Valley Marlins with Allison Dean, Mia Huebner, Savannah Thompson, and Kaylee Coates.
So for Las Vegas Swim Club, that's Leah Kirkman out quick, out in the 28. She's trying to break a minute in her 100-back leadoff.
Is now coming in for Las Vegas is Delaney Johns.
So Kirkman does split a 59.
John's a 15-year-old for Las Vegas. This is their A relay. In lane 5 is Eden Anderson. Right now, Las Vegas put on a good time, but Eden Anderson is eating into that deficit in the lead for Las Vegas. Coach Stan Crump didn't have to do his patented too many times on that split. As into the pool now for Las Vegas is Belva Christensen and then Danielle Cannon in for Hilltop. And looking to lane 3, and Natalie Kingsbury comes in for Hillsborough. Right now it's a heat for second place. They're all chasing Las Vegas.
Natalie from Kingsbury from lane 1 is picking up some ground. She splits a 27 for her first 50.
Now look at that. Really covering some ground here. Not even. Lane 1 and lane 5 is still lane 3 and Las Vegas. Olivia Atkinson ready to come in now for the Las Vegas Swim Club. And in lane 1 it'll be Sydney McDonald, and in lane 5 it'll be Sarah Wilson. So Olivia Atkinson trying to keep the lead for Las Vegas. And again, we have 5 heats here in the time finals. We saw yesterday, I believe it was Las Vegas yesterday, that won the second heat and held all the way to the final heat.
Yes. They did get beat. They ended up 3rd overall, but they held all the way to the final heat.
And some ground maybe being made up just a little bit here in lane 5 with Sarah Wilson. She doesn't have much pool left to track down Olivia Atkinson. Las Vegas comes into the 4:06.53.
So the 4:02.69 by Roadrunner Aquatics from the first heat is still our fastest time after 2 heats.
Heat 3. In lane 1, Hilltop Aquatics swim team, and Lillian Hyde, Ava Clay, Kyle Taylor, and Callie Anderson. In lane 3, Jeffco Hurricanes, Madison Boyko, Alyssa Cook, Taylor Jacobson, and Annalise Hedges. In lane 5, BYU Rays, Natalia Reiser, Grace Holman, Elizabeth Boyer, and Gracie Crandall. In lane 7, Wasatch Front Fish Market with Emily Harvey, Madeline Harwood, Nohea Kamalu, and Alyssa Connor.
So it's lane 3, the Jeffco A team with Madison Voitko out front. Voitko, who went a 59.57 in the individual 100 back, the first event in this session.
And now coming in is Ava Clegg. Pretty tight here in the 4 lanes as we go into the breaststroke. It's Ava Clegg in lane 1, Alyssa Cook in lane 3, Grace Holman in lane 5, and Madeline Harwood in lane 7. The Clegg on that turn open up a bit of about a little over a body length lead in the first 50. That tight battle for second and third.
But Clegg's gone out to a sizable lead.
And now coming in lane 1 is Kaya Taylor.
And Taylor Jacobson for Jeffco, Ellie Boyer for BYUV Rays in 5, and that's Nohea Kamau for Fish Market in 7.
Taylor holding that lead in lane 1. And getting ready to come in is Callie Anderson. It is Anderson. Can she hold down the anchor? Is coming in lane 3 is going to be Annalise Hedges.
Hedges, who just made the final of the 100 butterfly. But Callie Anderson, the Lone Peak High School swimmer, appears she will easily hold on to the lead. I don't think they can quite make it to the 4:02 though, that the Roadrunner Aquatic team set in Heat 1.
As that is a 4:06. 2 seconds behind Roadrunner.
So with 3 heights gone by, the Roadrunner Aquatic 4:02.69 still holds as the fastest time.
Now we go to heat 4 of 5.
Heat 4. In lane 1, guard swimming with Sofia Rane, Marisa Kelly Rocio, and Lieutenant Bernadette, and Natalie Byrne. In lane 3, Wetland Swim Club with Sloan Allen, Amelia Perkins, Kylie Dirks, and Megan Donald. In lane 5, boulder swimming with Eleanor Ziegler, Allie Inman, Samantha Moser, and Julie Bernadowski. In lane 7, Southern Utah Swimming Association, with Kayla Rompre, Maria Andre, Acton Page, and Elise Edgar.
In lane 5, that's Eleanor Ziegert. She was your top qualifier in the 100 backstroke earlier. So she went a 56 in her individual event.
We've got one final, one
Caitlin
more heat to
Rompre
go.
also went a 57, but Caitlin Rompre here in the relay in lane 7 touches the wall first with a 56.68. She'd love to have that. We saw her excitement, threw her arms in the air. She went a 57.0 in the individual event and a 56.68 to lead off the relay. That means more excitement coming tonight in the backstroke. So this Sousa relay trying to hold off boulder swimming.
Lane 7. Madeline Harvard now gives off to Nohea Kamau.
For here in heat 4.
Oh, I mean heat 4. Sorry, Afton Page.
Afton Page in the water, but for Boulder, that's Samantha Mosier, who just qualified in the 100 fly. Samantha went a 58 flat in the 100 fly.
As Afton Page trying to hold off Mosier. Mosier gaining ground there in lane 5.
Out in a 26.6, trying to improve on her 58 that she went. She's set to split quicker than her 58 that she did in the individual event. For the relay, it's going to come down to the freestyle.
They were even on the turn, and now it is in favor of Boulder. Samantha Mosier with a great split here in the butterfly. It is now in the water for Boulder is Julia Urbanowski, and for Sousa, Elise Edgar.
So Mosier does a 58 again for the butterfly. So with a 50 to go at a 3:30, we would anticipate the Boulder swim team is going to be just under 4 minutes. They should be well under 4 with Urbanowski anchor.
And it is Urbanowski coming in, and it's a 3:58 for Boulder.
3:58.57 and a 4:02.60 for Sousa. Both those teams ahead of the road winner Acrotic from Heat 1. So with one heat remaining, Boulder has the fastest time, followed by Sousa.
Heat 5. In lane 1, one-run slip club with Jamie Delwar, Carter Friesen, Nilo Ruthven, and Courtney Smith. In lane 3, Wasatch Front Fish Market with Kathleen Richter, Ellie Decker, Odessa Talbot, and Brooklyn Richter. In lane 5, BYU Range with Andy Richter, Audrey Weller, Caitlin Tang, and Addison Iron. In lane 7, Movement Aquatics with Kylie Green Kodak, Isabella Cordova, Madeline Abear, and Reagan Holmes.
So that's Loveland in 1. That's Jamie Delwart, who qualified second. She won a 56.93 in the 100 back earlier in this session. The fish market relay in lane 3 is bookended by the Richter sisters, Kathleen, a 13-year-old, doing the backstroke, and Brooklyn will do the freestyle. Annie Richner appears to be swimming a little tired at this point in the afternoon. But the Loveland relay out ahead. They're seated with a 3:54, which would be faster than what Boulder went. Carter Friesen splits a 30 on the first 50 at breaststroke. Ellie Decker, a 31.0, not too far behind.
And in lane 1, Carter Friesen. This Loveland team has been very strong, especially on the women's side. No slouches on the men's either, as now into the water comes Mila Ruthven. And if you can give Mila Ruthven a 3 body length lead, I don't know that you're getting it back.
Yes, so Ruthven with a commanding lead.
I don't think you're not going to get it back.
And you're not going to catch a Ruthven.
Right. No. And it might be a 3 body length lead, but she's going to make it 6 by the time it's done.
So Loveland well on its way to win the heat with Courtney Smith anchoring with their freestyle.
Mila, the 17-year-old, had a terrific weekend thus far. Obviously made an impression with what we've seen. In lane 3 is Dessa Talbot. In lane 5 is Caitlin Tang. And then in lane 7, Madeline Abear. I think commenter letting us know that it is a bear. And now coming in lane 1 is going to be Courtney Smith. Loveland trying to take the relay.
Courtney Smith needs to split a 55. We think she can do that or better.
3:58.57 is the time to beat.
So she's at a 3:27. I think she's got this.
So they're in lane 1, Courtney Smith. Well, about 8. She's going to come in underneath that 3:58. And she'll come in at a 3:55.03, and Loveland going to take the medley relay. And the commanding lead is we're going to have a points award. It's going to be in the final tonight. It's going to be quite large.
4:02.18 for Fish Market to jump into third place for the medley 400 medley relay. And that winds it up for this session. We still have our final session tonight, and we're looking forward to that. It's going to be on the women's side. The backstroke is looking like it's going to be a fun event. I mean, Ellie Howe with the fastest seed time of 54, but she's coming in seated third. But we know that both Zygert and DeWalt, but then we saw that Caitlin Rompere in the relay went a 56, so that we have at least 4 swimmers that anticipate going 56 or better. So that'll be an exciting event. On the boys' side, the 400 individual medley with Baylor Lewis and Tanner Nelson qualifying within 200ths. Sounds fun.
It's going to be fun.
So,
well, it's been fun through 3 prelim sessions and a final. Gonna have fun tonight. Probably 4 prelim sessions and a final. Gonna have fun in the second final tonight. Come back. The stream will start around 6:15. The 6:30 start for the finals this evening. For Paul and Shelly Larson and Vince Francis, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us and watching the afternoon grill session on Friday of the 2021 Swimvitational of the